What do you think is inappropriate fashion?
I think something you're not comfortable in.
Do you think brand labels are significant?
Every time I wear this watch, I've had almost everybody notice it and ask me, oh, where is this from? What brand is this? I bought this about 4 or 5 years back from the kids section at a mall because I'd gone to buy a watch for my son. Social media is not a very forgiving place, right? People are very harsh. She already lives in half of my wardrobe.
I love his wardrobe.
I think men play too safe, I feel, I've never not complimented somebody when I've met them. There's something nice about you every single time I meet you.
Who has committed the worst fashion crime?
I think it would be her, wearing those animal print tops once in a while, which I truly detest.
Who's more likely to wear the same thing multiple times without even washing it?
I think I love my denims. Please invest in a good cologne. Smell good. I think that's the number one game changer when you're really stepping out. I hate online shopping. I own a store. I hate people shopping online. No one should shop online. People should just go to stores and shop.
Welcome to the second episode of Table Talks, where we will talk about fashion, styling, and creating unforgettable memories around the table. Today, we have a very special guest with us, Sahil and Ruchi Maggu, the iconic powerhouse duo behind the brand Azra World. They have been inspiring everyone in our city, Raipur, with their fashion trends. So let's hear it from them and dive into their world. Welcome, Sahil and Ruchi.
Such a flattering introduction, Anmol. Thank you. Thank you for having us today. And I'm really looking forward to, I think, a very exciting banter and hopefully a very candid chat about our journey with you. Yes.
Lovely. So please tell us what inspired you to start Azra World.
I think Azra World was born out of the sheer love for retail, and I am, it's a very cliche, but I'm a self-confessed shopaholic. I absolutely love clothes, and when I moved back to Raipur, I just felt there was a place that was missing where you could just go and have an indulgent experience and have great options under one roof.
Right.
And I think I sensed a gap in the market, and also I had vested interest to spend a lot more time around clothes. And that's how Azra World happened.
Very nice. And Ruchi, how did you happen to join him, and how has your journey helped Sahil grow?
So when I got married to him, I always made a choice that I want to be a working woman. So I think who not love fashion? So then that was the best platform for me to join Sahil. Though working with a husband was crazy, but it has its ups and downs, and it has been a wonderful journey for us together.
I think we are sort of trying to build our own legacy and truly passionately enjoy working together. Of course, there are mad days where you're pulling each other's hair apart.
Absolutely.
Not like I have much left, but I think it's just, it's amazing to have a working partner who's also your life partner, because I think there's no pretension. You get the best advice. You have an in-house critique and your biggest support system sitting right next to you. So I think we are very fortunate to be able to enjoy what we do and be together at it,
Okay, so are there any challenges you face while working with each other?
Well, as I said, I think being married itself is like a beautiful, crazy journey. So I just feel at times it's just overlapping a little bit of your personal space. But I think working together is just one of the best experiences. And it worked for us. And I have to be honest, I think it's not easy working together. But I think we have been doing this for over 8 years. And I think we have finally found a cordial relationship that happens at work because we are such opposite personalities. Ruchi is like a very sincere go-getter, and I'm like an absolute chiller, and I think it shows in our individual personalities also.
True.
But luckily we have sort of divided our work. I am more like the creative head, and I am looking at the curation, and I'm more of the PR and the marketing and the fun ideas, and she's more like the finance head, and she is like the expansion manager, and so I think we don't really interfere too much with each other's work. So
that's how your brand is growing so well.
Yes, I would say
that's a combination of two different individual efforts coming coming in.
Right. So but I'm like one of those rare men that have the same boss at home and at work. So she's managing my life pretty much 24 hours. Yes.
Very nice. So Ruchi, tell us about the current fashion trends that you truly admire.
I love oversized clothes. So thanks to gender fluid clothing fashion right now. And I think they're very comfortable. And it's a morning to night look. You can wear it anytime.
Okay, and when you talk about oversized clothes, if someone like me wants to dress up in an oversized outfit, how many sizes should we go above the original size?
I think you are extra small, so you should try medium. I think that really works. You should, but depends on the silhouette also. What kind of silhouette are you choosing? But I think 2 sizes is good.
Okay, and Sahil, if I have to ask you about men fashion, so what is the current trend in men fashion?
Well, I think we are seeing this really exciting times that we are in, because I finally feel men are taking fashion seriously. But one trend that I personally really am hooked onto right now is wide-legged denims, bootleg pants. In fact, I think over the last 1 year, I've sort of completely abandoned, we had gone through this crazy phase of skinny fits jeans. And like I think men were also, I almost look, I'm wearing Ruchi's denims at times, because we did, like the market really took over that trend really strongly. But right now you see, as Ruchi was mentioning, anti-fits, I think I'm a huge fan. I'm also really enjoying wearing oversized clothes right now. In fact, I'm wearing one of my most favorite pants from Zara. Zara has some great international fashion, making its way to mainstream very affordably, right? Okay. So I think for people who want to start sort of experimenting, I think that's a good place to start with. Before you start investing with designer clothes, go to Zara, go to their change room, spend 1 hour, try newer silhouettes, try all the crazy things they are designing, and find your fit.
Lovely. Yes. That's great to know. Yes. Now tell us, what was the milestone that you achieved at Azra World for the first time? Tell us about your first achievement.
So I think this was, about 4 years after Azra was born in 2012. And we had just gotten married, Ruchi and we were in Calcutta for a wedding. And I still get goosebumps talking about this. I think we were at the hotel and I got a call from an unknown number. And it had this really heavy voice with like this amazing accent, and he's like, "Hey, is that Sahil?" I was like, "Of course." And then he's like, "Hi, I'm Tarun Tailani calling." And for a moment, I just sat down where I was, and I had Mr. Tarun Tailani calling me, and he was like, "I've heard really good things about your store. I'm looking at doing something with my new collection at Raipur, and I want to do something with you." And I still fumble, and I can't believe this happened with us, because it's a testimony to the kind of good work we have done.
Absolutely.
In short span of time, because for one of the biggest names from the industry to be reaching out to us and calling us and acknowledging that and wanting to work with us, I think that was a turning point also for us, because that sort of put us on the spotlight. And I think thereon we have put Raipur on the fashion map of India. Sure. I truly feel it. And we still every day take our job very seriously and work very hard, like we did on day one. So yes.
Tarun was here for the show as well, for the first time.
He himself.
Okay. Yeah, he himself was here.
I think I remember.
So you introduced him to Raipur as a city.
I would not like to take the full credit, because he himself is like a celebrated name in the industry, and I'm sure Raipur has been buying his beautiful clothes for a long time. But I think we did have the honor and privilege to host him and gift the city of Raipur an experience where they could meet the man himself. And he was there at the store. He styled some brides, and
the entire store was converted into Tarun's store.
Wow.
It was an exceptional experience for us, for the clients, and yeah, very grateful.
Very nice. So when we talk about these big designers, who is your favorite designer?
I think it would be very unfair for me to take names, because I've had the privilege of working with most of them. But I'd rather be honest, I think I am obsessed with Anamika Khanna. Okay. She's also such a dear friend. I think she's a living goddess. I absolutely love, I think she's got the Midas touch. Whatever she touches turns to gold. And there's something divine and spectacular and stunning and extraordinary about her creations. You wear it and you just feel like you own the world.
So true. I agree.
Yeah, you have so many of her outfits.
I love it.
You look amazing in them. I think I've never seen a woman not looking like a queen in Anamika's clothes, right? So
Ruchi, what for you? Who is your favorite designer?
I love Kanika Goel. Okay. I'm wearing one right now. I love her fits. And I think it's very chic.
Okay, and when we talk about male designers, since our audience would want to enter into the world of male fashion and everyone wants to shop these days, any designer you would promote for male fashion?
I think you are asking the right person this question because I enjoy fashion, and
Absolutely.
I think in the last 2-3 years we have started taking men's fashion ourselves a lot more seriously, and we as of today work with at least 50 odd designers that are doing some fabulous work in the field of menswear. But my personal favorites would be Amit Agrawal, Rohit Gandhi Rahul Khanna, Shantanu Nikhil, then Rimzim Dalu.
Right.
Then you have Kunal Raval. I absolutely love what he creates. And we have been dressing the men of Raipur and the country in all these labels and several other young brands, you know. Shiv and Naresh is, I love them, they're friends, and I also, we do a lot of work together. And I just feel, you know, there's so much to experiment now with menswear as well. You know, earlier we would just be about the blacks and the blues, but now there is a riot of colors. We can just, you know, you imagine and it can be made into a beautiful outfit, you know.
True.
So I think my only one quick feedback or like an advice to men who really want to like start dressing up and being more playful is break a few rules. Play
Rules
with
like
colors.
what?
You know, I think men play too safe, I feel, you know. I just feel one of the biggest things is I don't see men having a lot of colors in their wardrobe.
Right.
And, you know, I think it's such a cliche, but, you know, pink is the color for girls. But now a lot of men you see are experimenting. They have pink shoes and they have pink t-shirts. I think they are wearing pink watches. So, you know, I'm just saying be more experimental, add colors. I think I personally... Like even today, if you see, you know, I'm wearing a basic white shirt and like a beige pant, but I sort of quirk it up with like an orange pair of socks, you know. So I like to sort of have that individual sense of style, and I think you have to discover that for yourself. So I think I would say be playful, add some textures, maybe a brooch, maybe a nice color on a watch strap, or, you know, just like some accessories, you know, to just add that X factor to your look.
Okay, so when we talk about accessories, any particular accessory which you truly love secretly, but you are embarrassed wearing?
Embarrassed?
Or is it too outdated for you to wear? Like, let's say it's outdated, very cool, and you secretly love it.
Can I be honest? I'm incidentally wearing one today, I think. So I have to tell you, this is the, it's a fast track watch.
Okay.
I have been obsessed with over the years. And I bought this about 4-5 years back from the kids section at a mall because I'd gone to buy a watch for my son. And I fell in love with the color of the strap. Green is my favorite color. It's prosperity. It's cool. It's just got like a very classy feel to it. My brand's colors also turned green in the last couple of years. We have transformed it into a new color. So I just feel this is one of those things I'm not embarrassed of. In fact, every time I wear this watch, I've had almost everybody notice it and ask me, oh, where is this from? What brand is this? Earlier, I would turn it around and be like, oh my God, it's a fast track. It's from the kids section. But now I'm like, you know, I love it and people should know
so you
that.
shamelessly wear it and flaunt it.
Absolutely.
Lovely.
Absolutely.
And Ruchi, what for you? One fashion accessory, which is your guilty pleasure?
There's
so
nothing.
Nothing?
No.
So you truly love everything you wear and
Yes.
everything is cool and updated and not outdated.
Yes, it is.
Great. Glad to know that. So Sahil and Ruchi, trends come and go very fast. How do you maintain being trending and still not being outdated, especially in your industry wherein you own a store like Azra? Isn't there a lot of pressure built of being trending every time?
I would say that I'm lucky to have Azra. We have heaven of designers at Azra. So for me, there's no pressure as such because I enjoy it.
Okay.
Well, I think to add to what she said, I think it's a privilege we have. You have access to the best of fashion. You know, you have front row updates. I'm a regular at Fashion Weeks every year, and you know, I'm sitting on the front row and getting access to the best of the latest fashion that is to launch in the coming season. So of course, I get to pick the best of the looks even before it's launched in the market. And having said earlier that I enjoy fashion and I love retail and I love indulging, adding to what Ruchi said, I think it's more than the pressure bit. I've never looked at it as pressure. I think it's sheer joy. the joy of dressing up and having the privilege of having access to the best of fashion. Because being a store owner, I think when you're a regular at the front row of fashion weeks over the years, you also get to preview what is going to launch in the market a season later. So I think I'm able to really enjoy and pick fashion that is going to come and launch, let's say, next season. Already I know what I'm going to get from it. And in fact, we have the advantage rather than the pressure, you know. So you're able to sort of really enjoy the game of dressing up because I think fashion is something that you have to breathe when you're curating a store, right? And to me, it comes very naturally. Clothes is my first love, then Ruchi. So I would say, I think pressure is really not a part of our game. I think we truly passionately enjoy clothes, dressing up, wearing them, selling them. I think it's a part of the game. So
that's truly your passion.
It's part of the game, yes.
And Ruchi being your right companion in this journey.
Yes, absolutely. I think I have to add something. It's really funny. When we got married, and it's a complete arranged setup, right? So the most common thing I would hear from people is, "Arey, ye to model se shaadi karke aaya," you know. And I just used to find that so amusing because, you know, I think I've just been really lucky. I've got a beautiful wife, and it's great to have a life partner who sort of can also like, you know, be your muse,
Absolutely.
And I truly love having Ruchi look the way she does, and she's so effortless with her styling. So I think for me it's a win-win. I'm a happy man. Yes, yes.
So Ruchi, please tell us, do you think brand labels are significant?
I think if you're paying for it, yes, it is.
So how do you think social media is setting unrealistic expectations in the world of fashion?
Anmol, I think this is a bit of a problem. I have to agree. I think a lot of people like me consume a lot of content on social media because our work is a lot driven at social media. It's a world of influencers. It's a world of celebrities, you know, donning outfits, and they are a very important part of the ecosystem in the industry now. You know, all the fashion weeks have showstoppers coming and wearing the best of the outfits. I feel there's a little over visibility of outfits that's also sort of killing the charm of outfits looking new, because you have seen so much of it. You have seen so much of it even before it's launched in the market, and coming back to it setting unreal expectations and standards, I would agree, yes, because when you look at an influencer, I'm sure we all have our favorite influencers, and everything for them from head to toe would be sourced and bartered because they're making a living out of it. Everything from the footwear to the bags to the makeup to the outfit to the styling is a free collaboration because they are also sort of pushing a brand out there in the market and giving them content, and consumers are consuming that content and hopefully driving business to the brands. So here, a young girl or a young boy sitting in their houses might just feel they want to look that way, and it comes with a cost. I think these designer clothes are not the most affordable, and if you get used to that madness, it is a rut that you get stuck in, and you don't want to really give into indulging every day. You know, you can't really buy a new designer outfit every single day, so it does put that pressure. You want to look a certain way when you're going out, and social media is not a very forgiving place, right? People are very harsh. They are very quick to criticize. These are all faceless names that are ready to bully you. So, you know, people want to look a certain way, and it does come with a bit of pressure.
Okay.
So, yeah.
So when we talk about criticism, how do you deal with criticism in the world of fashion?
Well, I think I come from a very strange place of security, you know. I think I've never really, I think these are just noises in the background for me. They haven't really bothered me because I have somehow always had a very individual sense of styling with my life choices and fashion choices. So I don't really think I've really let criticism, if I may use the word, bother me, because we all are thinking minds. I think you are truly entitled to how you feel about what I'm wearing, and luckily I don't give a rat's ass about it, you know, because I dress up for the joy of how I want to experience fashion in my own understanding. And I truly, truly feel, I think if we all become a little more kind, a little more nice, a little more giving in terms of compliments, I think this whole world is going to be such a happier, nicer place.
You radiate optimism right now.
There's something nice about everybody, I feel. And I think if you ask my friends, you know me enough, I've never not complimented somebody when I've met them. There's something nice about you every single time I meet you. It could be the way your hair looks, it could be the denim you're wearing today. So I just feel it comes to me very naturally because I enjoy what I'm doing. I really, really enjoy dressing up. And criticism is always going to be there.
It's a part of
you're doing good or bad, I think there are always going to be a set of people that will disapprove of your choices. So good for them.
That works. Okay.
Good for them, yes.
So Ruchi, please tell me, what do you think is inappropriate fashion?
I think something you're not comfortable in. And if you're not enjoying what you're wearing, then I think it's not appropriate or it's not for you. Okay. You should always celebrate what you're wearing and you should be confident about it. Okay. So, yes.
Yes, that makes sense. And Sahil, for you?
To me, I think there's nothing like inappropriate fashion because I think it's an open canvas and I think I would call myself an artist, not like I create clothes, but I'm in the field of retail and I would call myself like a luxury lifestyle connoisseur. So I just feel India is such a diverse market. There are so many people, there are so many different body types. So I think there is nothing like inappropriate fashion. There is something for everybody and I think individual expression of dressing up should be the norm, you know.
Okay.
And I think I'm very happy that there are these changes being very welcomed. You see plus size models, you see grandfathers at the age of 70 making a debut at the ramp. So I just feel it's a very welcoming time for fashion. People are becoming very adaptable, they are ready to accept, and I think inappropriate fashion would not be a part of my dictionary, no.
So Sahil and Ruchi, let's get introduced to some quick rapid fire questions to have more interesting answers from the two of you.
Great, looking forward.
So please tell me, who has a better style, you or Sahil?
Okay, him.
Okay. Whose wardrobe takes up more space?
Me.
Oh, please, it's equal. You can't say.
I have to be honest. I think
no,
it's
you
me.
have to be honest. That's what I'm saying.
Okay, both. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Who spends more money on clothes?
I spend money for her also.
Okay.
Yes.
Heels or flats? What looks better on Ruchi?
Oh, it heels any day, but the biggest fights about before parties are she always wanting to go in flats and I always want to see her in heels, but she looks like a star in heels and otherwise, but heels.
Of course, Ruchi is a fashion diva.
I just keep on buying.
Sneakers or dress shoes? What looks better on Sahil?
Sneakers.
Okay. Who's more likely to wear something completely out of fashion?
Me.
Definitely her.
Who's the better online shopper?
Her. I hate online shopping. I own a
So do
store.
I.
I hate people shopping online. No one should shop online. People should just go to stores and shop.
Okay, that makes sense.
Yes.
Who needs more help picking out an outfit?
Me.
I have to be honest, I'm really good at styling and I think I love styling her, friends, family, clients. And yeah, I think, and she looks great in anything we give her outfit for. So yeah.
So you have an in-house stylist?
Yes.
My
Lovely.
forever muse. Yes, yes.
Who's the bigger fan of designer labels?
Sahil Maggu.
I think,
Okay.
yeah.
Who takes longer to get ready before going out?
Sahil Maggu.
I'm so lucky.
I get ready in 15 minutes.
Okay.
He is actually very lucky because he has me.
Very low maintenance wife. I love it, love it, yeah. But I just take longer because I'm fat. I have to try a few more outfits before I get that final one, you know. So I think, yeah, it has to be me.
And maximalist or minimalist?
You know the answer. I don't understand what is minimalism.
Maximalist.
Yeah,
And Ruchi, what for you?
Minimalist.
Okay. Who has committed the worst fashion crime?
I think it would be her, yeah. Wearing those animal print tops once in a while, which I truly detest, not my personal taste. I think it has to be her. I think it's her. I would like to say, I'm not sure if I made blunders, but I'm not going to put it on camera.
I have. So basically, I'm very fond. I used to love people wearing colored lipsticks, like a red or a bright pink. And so my face, like I have really tiny lips. So for me, I tried it and it was looking so funny. Then that's the day I decided that I'll go nude, and you'll always see me nude lips.
Yeah,
You'll
and
never
that
see me.
suits you very well.
Yes, I agree, yeah. I remember how funny she looked that day at the party. So yes.
Who has better taste in accessories?
Me.
Has to be her, yes.
Okay. Which of you is more likely to wear something your partner hates?
Me.
Yeah.
She disapproves a lot of my fashion choices, but I think she's getting used to it.
Okay. Who looks better in their favorite outfit, you or Sahil?
Me?
It's not even a question, of course.
Okay.
She is the better looking one for life.
Who's more likely to wear the same thing multiple times without even washing it?
I think
Denims.
I love my
And
denims.
I hate it. And I hate it.
I think, yeah. I love my denims, and I just would, if it's my way, I would never wash them unless like there's like a drink spilled on it or something. So I think they just fit you better each time you wear them without washing.
No,
right?
it's
So,
not like that.
This can go on.
It's okay. Whose fashion advice do you ignore the most?
Hers.
For men's styling, yes. I'm not good at it.
Okay. Who has a clothing item they should have gotten rid of years ago?
I think I have some of those absolutely hideous denims that I have.
She thinks he will still fit in someday.
It's called hope. It's called hope. But I think, yeah, I think I've invested in some terrible denims back in the days, and I think they should make space in my wardrobe now. They should be gone. Good. I think I'll take that action.
If you had to swap wardrobes, who would rock it better? Ruchi, I think.
She already lives in half of my wardrobe.
I love his wardrobe.
I think so many of my shirts are not mine anymore. She literally raids my wardrobe and lives.
I love to style them. I really love to style them, yes.
So who's more likely to dress up just to show off?
None of us actually. No.
Okay.
We don't. I don't think we dress up to show off. I love dressing up in general. I
Okay.
think it's my way of celebrating work and life and us. Yeah.
If I don't want to dress up, you'll see me in my pajamas also at the store.
Okay.
So it's like that for me. So
Lovely. So when we were talking about raiding wardrobes, tell me one celebrity whose wardrobe you really want to raid one day.
Oh, for me, I think it is the iconic Saif Ali Khan. I truly admire, love, and inspire my style a lot of his looks because I think he's truly a gentleman. I've never seen somebody rock kolhapuris and boots and khakis. Everything that he wears looks like a 10 on 10. And I think he's truly the best dressed, very, very, very dynamic and great looking man in the industry. I'm talking about it and it makes me so happy. I think he's just such a rock star. I absolutely love Saif Ali Khan. His styling, his wardrobe, his personality, his choice of books, the way he lives, his children, everything about him. I'm obsessed. I love Saif Ali Khan.
Okay. And
Yes.
Ruchi, how about you?
for me, it's Deepika Padukone. And I think she's my girl crush. She's so effortless in her styling. She's flawless. So I think for me, I would want to have Deepika's wardrobe.
Okay.
I would love her having her wardrobe too. I truly think she is such a queen. She is, I think, a living goddess. I love Deepika. Yeah.
Okay. So now if we take this a level up and if I want to know about fat tax, can you please elaborate our viewers on what are your thoughts on fat tax?
Well, this is a reality we all face because we also retail. I think it's a big no for me. But unfortunately, there are cases where you have to extend a certain fat tax. Honestly, I think it's unfair to a client because we are all so big on inclusivity and trying to do fair things at work, but at times you do have a certain reality check to why you need to pay a certain extra amount. See, there are a lot of brands that are now shying away from taking fat tax for up to about XL or double XL, but there are some clients that have a certain body type that would go up to a 5XL or 6XL, and then in such cases I would say it would be unfair to not expect a fat tax. But there are again a lot of brands that even charge a fat tax over even a size 42, which I find a little unfair and a little unnecessary. But having said that, there are some brands that do have a very strong policy against it, and I really respect and admire them.
So can you please name such 4 brands who don't charge fat tax?
Well, I'm also fortunate to be able to work with most of them over the years. One would be Masaba. I truly admire their brand ethos for not charging fat tax above a certain price point, then Shantnu Nikhil would be one of them. Half Full Curve is another really good brand. Papa Don't Preach, if you go on their website, they in fact have sizes listed up to about 5, 6 XL, right? Okay. So I think they're very inclusive, very size inclusive, and these are also brands that are very, very apt for people who are plus sizes. So, you know, they could also go and check out these brands. Not only they don't have to pay the fat tax, but they also have their sizes available. So I think these are great brands.
Anamika Khanna.
Anamika Khanna, how can I forget? Anamika also is one brand that never ever charges a fat tax. And I think that's also a great ethical, moral step you take towards your work. And I think a lot of admiration for these brands. And I hope a lot of brands follow that, because I just find that very, very unfair and insensitive towards people who already have a certain body type. And it's not easy, you know, to deal with these situations when you've gone to indulge in, you know, enjoy the experience of retail. Yeah.
True.
Yeah.
So Sahil and Ruchi, can you please help our viewers with the most unique fashion styling tips?
Okay, so for females, I would really want to add. The first thing would be, it is very important to know your body type. So choose the silhouette accordingly. So it's easy, it looks good on you. The second would be accessorize, invest in accessories. Like a one piece could add a lot of difference in the entire look. It can make or break it. So you have to be very careful, but I think it really adds on and it completes the look. The third would be a big no-no to OTT, because going over the top is never a good idea.
Great pointers. I think for men, if I could add, I think it's very important to build a capsule wardrobe. I think what I mean by that is every man must by default have a good, well-fitted black shirt, white shirt, a black tuxedo, a navy blue suit, a pair of black shoes, a nice brown and a black belt. So, you know, some basic round necks that could go with these suits that you would wear. So, you know, you're never really underdressed with a classic look. I think that's one thing that everybody should really invest in. Secondly, I think every man in India needs to really understand the importance of good fits, because if you noticed, a lot of 45-year-old men are wearing denims or pants that are folded. I don't know if they think they're going to suddenly shoot up on their height at this age or what it is, but I just think ankle length fits are so crisp and clean and neat. And a lot of people are just like, you know, very clumsily folding their sleeves and their pants are running. So wrong sizes, drooping shoulders. I think in India, people still do not understand how much of a deal breaker it is when you're dressed well, you know. I think it's the first impression. Let's be honest, I think body language, the way you look is a deal breaker for you, because no one's going to know how intelligent you are up here till you really spend a little time 100%. With them. So I think first impression, very important. And third would be, I think gone are the days where you just match your shoe or your handbag with your shoe. I think it's very passe to be typical and safe and boring. I think you need to push the envelope a little bit. I think mixed textures and patterns. You know, you could be wearing maybe like, you know how I'm wearing like these really striking pair of socks with like a very basic colored outfit. Or it could be just like a X factor with like a brooch on your shirt. Or, you know, there are so many good designers designing fantastic party shirts these days. I think every man should invest in some fab shirts that could just go really well with like a basic blue denim, you know. So I think these styling tips, and maybe carrying mufflers, this is the season of parties, winter's around the corner. So I think, you know, just invest in some stoles and mufflers and, you know, just like...
Any particular brands for mufflers or designers for mufflers that you would recommend?
Well, I think there's this amazing brand called Taroob from North. I think they do some really interesting winter wear. They're doing some bundis, they're doing some jackets, they're doing some stoles. And of course, you can go back to, if you have your friends that love you, or if your girlfriends or boyfriends or life partners want to pamper you, you always have a Burberry, or you always have these brands that you could really pamper yourself with. But I just feel adding a stole or a muffler is also such a classic way to sort of pull up your look. It just sort of elevates the whole look, you know. I think these would be my few pointers, if I may add. And one last styling tip would be, please invest in a good cologne. Smell good. I think that's the number one game changer when you're really stepping out. And I think these are some of the pointers I would say are an essential as a styling tip, you know, for any man. Yes.
Thank you so much for such an insightful journey of fashion. If you are looking for more such fashion tips, don't forget to follow Azra World on Instagram. So Ruchi and Sahil, please tell me about the entire concept of ageism, wherein when I talk about ageism, do you think fashion designers are more biased towards the youth and they don't focus on people aged 50 or 60-year-old who intend to look younger?
I don't think that's the case when somebody's coming to Azra also to shop. We cater from 18 to 80. There are such good brands, whether you talk about couture brands, whether you talk about Western brands. There are a lot of brands who are catering to the entire age group. In Westerns, if you talk about Kanika, she's catering to Dhruv Kapoor. These shirts, coats, everybody can wear it. Whether you talk about couture brands like Anamika, Amit Agrawal, everybody is catering to all the age groups. So there's nothing like they are being biased towards the young generation, but I think they're catering to everybody.
Well, just to add a little flavor to this, I would say I think India is a very populated country, right? And I think there are so many amazing, talented young kids becoming designers officially each year, passing through these reputed colleges. I just feel their temperament is a little more youth-driven. And a lot of these Gen Z clothing, a lot of these streetwear brands are taking birth. So, of course, I think there's a lot more influx of the younger lot because also I think maybe there is a little more demand and immediate consumption. I think, you know, the age group you're talking about is a lot more evolved. They have built a classic wardrobe over the years.
Right.
So, you know, they also are a little difficult to please because their Indian body types are not the most flattering body types, if I may be honest, you know. So, I think they are also set in their ways. They also want to not break away from their typical straight kurtas at times or a boxy shirt. So I think I agree. I think there is a little more need to experiment and flatter a wider range of body types, especially the Indian women, you know. They love their curves. And I think we need to understand and respect the Indian body type a little more in detail and maybe have more designers take the plunge and also acknowledge that they are the ones who have the deepest pockets. Right. You know, the Gen Z and the younger lot is not the ones, they are still dependent on their pocket monies and they're still very, very price conscious. But these women that are at the age of 50, 60, they are accomplished women, they are business women, they are housewives, they command a certain hold on the finances of the house, you know. So I think we need to definitely honor their needs a lot more than the younger lot, I feel.
Yes. Very well said. So Ruchi, when you host parties, what are the 3 things that you personally take care of?
Okay, so if it's a close guest, like they're close to me, then I make sure I cook one of the meals for them. So there's a personal touch. Okay. The second is music. There has to be, the vibe has to be right and it can only happen with the right music. And third would be, I love, like I am somebody who loves playing games. So whenever somebody is coming to my house, it always has to be, you know, because I think it just lifts the night up. So games is something I think.
Okay.
Yes.
And what's the funniest reaction you have ever received from your guests?
You should ask him.
I think the funniest is, oh, you cook too, you know. So I think it's but she, having said that, she actually is a great cook, and I think she cooks with a lot of love.
Wow.
And but I hear that often when
we can't wait to be invited then.
Please,
very
soon. It'll be a pleasure. Yes, yes.
So Sahil and Ruchi, please tell me, what are 3 things that you will always find in each other's bag?
Well, I think in her bag you'll definitely find a lot of snacks. I think she is really like a rat stomach. She likes to munch through the day.
Okay.
You'll of course find her kajal or lip gloss for sure. And I think her small perfume bottles that she can't do without. Okay. I think these 3 things are definite in her bags.
Okay. And what for Sahil?
A charger, because he's always low on battery. He talks so much. Second would be wallet. And third would be his diary.
Okay. So Ruchi, since Sahil mentioned food, can you give us any tip on being so well maintained despite being a foodie?
Oh my God, this is just not the question for me. I'm telling you, because I eat everything. I think I'm
still so fit.
I'm not fit.
What's the secret behind this?
I think it's maybe my metabolism, nothing else, because I eat. But yeah, I make sure that I eat right and I eat small portions. Okay. So I never eat like a heavy meal. I always make sure that I eat in every 2 hours, like a snack, or I love chips. That's my favorite food.
Okay.
So that's...
Disclaimer, kids don't hear this. Also, I just feel she is genetically blessed. She's just yapping.
Okay.
I think she just barely works out. She does nothing. And I'm so envious of her because she's just always looking like she's not put on any weight. It's fab.
But then yes, I think eating in every 2 hours, that really helps.
Okay. And when we were talking about perfumes, any particular brand that you advocate?
I love Chanel, so I think that's my favorite brand till date.
Okay.
So I would say Chanel.
Now that we're talking of perfumes, I love perfumes, and I think every man out there should go and invest in a Tom Ford perfume.
Okay.
I think it's, as I said earlier, it's a game changer. Smelling good is such an important part of your personality. And I think earlier I used to have like 20 perfumes. I would use a random perfume every day. But over the years, I've realized it's important to identify with a couple of smells, you know. I think it becomes an extension of your personality. And now, over the last few years, I'm obsessed with Tom Ford. And I think they make such great smells, long-lasting, very, very classy, and just leaves you impressed.
So when you talk about identification of fragrance, any tip you would want to give our viewer on how to identify the right fragrance for you?
But I think it's a very personal space. Some people like it smoky, some people like it fruity, some people like it a little more classic, some people, and you know, there are day perfumes, there are night perfumes, so I think it'll be very difficult to sort of sum it up in a shell, but...
what is this day and night perfume?
So I think a day smells are, of course, a lot more different than a night smell. I think this is a whole different podcast you and me need to sit over. But I honestly feel, I think perfumes really, really, I think, are a very important part of your personality and the extension of it. And I think people should, as I've spoken of it briefly, you should read about it. You know, I think a night smell and a day smell is very, very different. Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Great. So thank you so much, Sahil and Ruchi, for joining us today and enlightening our audience with brilliant fashion tips. It was extremely valuable and inspiring for me. We hope our audience have learned a lot from you. So yes, for more such fashion tips, do not forget to follow Azra World, and for such entertaining conversations, subscribe to Table Talks. Until next time, wherein we'll be sharing a lot of tips and tricks on interior styling. See you soon.